Hello aviators! Just wanted to put together a quick video regarding my flight planning process. We have a quick flight tomorrow from Salisbury, Maryland back to home base in N57, New Garden, Pennsylvania. And obviously there's a lot of resources out there on the internet. There's a ton of sites, there's aviation weather, there's a lot of different platforms and a lot of different apps that give you a lot of information. A lot of them are great, but I wanted to show you specifically what I use to take a look at the overall weather and then to actually plan the flight and file the flight. So the first app I really like to use is windy.com. I have the premium subscription, which lets me look farther out in the future, but just the free application or going to the website, windy.com, gives you a ton of great information. As you can see right now, I'm on the wind layer, which shows me the current winds. I can use the scrubber on the bottom and scrub ahead till when I'm going to be planning to leave tomorrow, around 12 or 1. And you can see that the dark blue is really good. That means really low winds. And as you see, 3-4 knot winds in the whole area. So we're going to be flying from down here around Salisbury all the way back up here to New Garden. Again, a pretty short flight, probably about an hour. But again, you can zoom in and see pretty great winds for that area. The other layer I like to use, and there's tons of layers here. As you can see, I'll open it up, you can see there's tons and tons of layers you can put. But the other layer I like to look at before I flight plan is obviously the clouds layer. We can look at that and see, again, very light clouds in the area. 6-7% cloud coverage, probably not going to be anything in the air. And so you see it's going to be great. And again, we can kind of scrub back and forth on the timeline and see how those clouds are building in, or in this case, not really building in. The other app I like to use, of course, is ForeFlight. That is the app that I am most comfortable with and I use a lot in order to plan my flights and to also to file my flights. And first thing we'll do is come up in the box up here and we'll put in Salisbury, KSBY, and then we'll put in N57, which is our destination airport. And you see there is our direct line. What I then like to do is go to routes, and again that's up in the top right here, and it will show us what the typical routes are that ATC has cleared. So it says right here ATC has cleared about 9 times total over a month ago. This route and that route typically filed at 6,000 feet, and so we'll go ahead and select that one. That looks like a good route and the typical route. And as you can see, it goes ahead and fills all the route information and it shows me the route on the screen. From that point, what I like to do is I like to take this and I like to send this to flights. So I use the little box with the arrow, the little share button up in the top left here, and I will send it to flights. It'll then go to the flight page for me, and again, it'll show me all the information. I will take the estimated time of departure and set that till tomorrow, let's say at 1 o'clock, and then it will recalculate for me. So it'll show me 92 nautical miles, about 53 minutes in the air, 10 gallons of fuel based upon the aircraft and the information that I've put in. So again, great amount of information. I then like to come up here and hit the briefing button, again in the top right here. And what that's going to do is going to go ahead and go out to the internet and pull down a lot of information about the flight and what's going on. So the first thing it shows us, and we're going to go through these pages very quickly just because we are making a quick video here, but typically we would obviously read through all these and see if anything made sense that we really needed to pay attention to. So the first thing is temporary flight restrictions. Second is the overall surface analysis chart. So as you see, we have low pressure controlling the area. Next thing is the current METARs. Next thing is PIREPs, any pilot reports for the area. And obviously these are current PIREPs, so we see not much going on here. The only thing that people are really pointing out is they're seeing some visibility reduction due to smoke in the area. There are some fires up in Canada, and that smoke is coming down into the United States, and it is causing some visibility restrictions. So we'll see when we go to the TAFs and look at the terminal air drone forecasts for the area and for our departure time tomorrow, we may be dealing with some reduced visibility, maybe down to 4 statute miles. So again, just a good idea to file IFR tomorrow just to the reduced visibility. We'll then go to the wind chart and see we'll probably be facing a headwind most of the way up. We can see a vertical cross sections chart, winds aloft chart, and then a whole bunch of NOTAMs, right, for departure airport, destination airport, and en route NOTAMs for a bunch of the airports or general vicinity in the area. and then we're back to the beginning of the briefing. So again, that is what I like to do. That is kind of my process, my initial process, to build out the flight plan, make sure everything looks good, make sure the weather looks good. Obviously, there's a lot of different apps out there, like I said, but this is what I use. After we review that and make sure everything looks good, and I would make sure everything looks good, then we'll go down to the bottom right and click on Proceed to File and file the flight. So appreciate you stopping by, and happy flying out there, and we'll see you next time.